All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something kind of sneaky, a hidden force that's probably shrinking your money's value, and you might not even realize it. So let's dive in with our little guide here, Hustle Blob, and figure out what this thing called inflation is really all about. So, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever had that feeling where your money just doesn't seem to go as far as it used to? You know, like that $100 you had a few years back could buy so much more than it does today. Well, guess what? You're not imagining things. It's a very real thing, and it's happening to pretty much all of us. I mean, just take a look at our buddy Hustle Blob. He's got his cash, but suddenly the price of everything, food, gas for the car, rent, it all just keeps going up and up. It makes you wonder, right? Is everything just getting more expensive, or is something else going on? Is the money itself actually losing its punch? Well, that feeling, that invisible squeeze on your wallet, it has a name. It's called inflation. And now we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how this thing works. Okay, so inflation can sound like some big, scary economic term, but the basic idea is actually super simple. It just means that over time, as prices for pretty much everything go up, each dollar you have buys a little bit less. Think about it like this. Maybe 5 years ago, $50 could get you a full cart of groceries. Today, that same $50 might only fill up half the cart. The $50 bill looks the same, but what it can get you, that has definitely changed. And this idea right here is so important. It's called purchasing power. It's not about the number of dollars you have. It's about what those dollars can actually buy. It's about their real-world strength. So, when inflation goes up, your purchasing power, well, it goes down. And this is what makes inflation so sneaky, so dangerous. It's like a silent thief. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't just wake up one morning and find your money is worth half as much. No, it's a slow burn. Prices creep up just a little bit, year after year, quietly eating away at the value of every single dollar you've saved. And a big reason this happens, it's basically when there's a ton of money in the system, all trying to buy a limited amount of stuff. More money chasing the same goods means, you guessed it, prices go up. So, this creates a huge problem, especially for people who are trying to do the right thing and save their money. It's a real puzzle, and we're calling it the saver's dilemma. Think about it for a second. If you know your money is slowly losing value, what happens when you just let it sit there in a savings account? I mean, we're all taught to save, right? Work hard, put some money away. That's the responsible thing to do. Or is it? Let's actually look at the math. Okay, so on one hand, your savings account is growing. You put money in and you get some interest. Let's say you're getting a 2% return. Hey, your balance is going up. That feels pretty good, right? But here's the catch. What if the rate of inflation is, say, 5%? So your money is growing by 2%, but the cost of living, the price of everything you need to buy, is growing by 5%. And this is the absolute key takeaway. Your bank statement, the number on it is getting bigger, but your purchasing power, remember that? It's actually getting smaller. You're losing ground. I love this analogy. It's like you're trying to walk up an escalator that's going down. You're putting in the effort, you're moving your feet, but you're actually going backwards. This is probably the biggest financial illusion out there. It leads to this strange situation where you are, and I'm quoting here, looking richer, but actually becoming poorer. It's a classic trap, and so many people who work hard and try to save fall right into it without ever even knowing. Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom. There is a way to beat this. So now let's talk about this solution. Let's talk about the wealth builder's path and what people who really get this stuff do to not just survive, but to actually get ahead. And you know what? The goal is surprisingly simple. You don't have to stop inflation. You just have to outrun it. That's the whole game. You need to make your money grow faster than inflation is shrinking its value. If you can do that, then your purchasing power doesn't just stay the same. It actually goes up. So how do you actually do that? Well, it's really a 3-part shift in how you think about money. First, you have to stop seeing a savings account as the finish line. You've got to move your money from just sitting there into things called assets. Step 2 is to find assets that don't just sit there, but that actually grow in value over time. And the whole point of this, the end goal, is to make sure your real purchasing power is going up, not down. And when I say assets, what am I talking about? Well, it could be a bunch of things. It could be investing in the stock market, maybe buying some real estate that you can rent out, or even starting your own side business. The key, as you see our friend Hustleblob doing, is to plant your money somewhere it can actually grow, like planting a money tree that grows faster than inflation can chop it down. All right, and this brings us to our final big idea here, and honestly, it's the most important one. This isn't just about numbers and charts, it's about a fundamental shift in your mindset. Look, the point of understanding inflation isn't to make you scared or anxious. Not at all. It's about awareness. It's about knowing the rules of the game you're playing. Because when it comes to your money, knowledge really is power. It's how you take back control from these hidden forces. And that's really the bottom line here. Once you get it, once you understand how this whole system works behind the scenes, you can start making much smarter choices with your money. You go from just reacting to whatever happens to actively taking control of your financial future. You become the one pulling the strings, just like Hustleblob figured out. So I'll leave you with this one last question to think about. In today's world where the cost of everything just keeps on climbing, is just saving your money, is that really enough to build true lasting wealth for yourself and your family? After what we've just talked about, I think the answer is pretty clear.